Alright, good early morning, folks. It is 7:30. I just got out here to the pond, and we're going to be doing a little bit of an Amazon review, kind of a comparison video. Got some pretty cool things to mess with today. So, we're going to be looking at some super cheap reels on Amazon. Now, all of these were under $50, I believe, but it's going to be a mix of like anywhere from like $11 all the way up to that like $60 line. So, well, heck, we'll just talk about them as we use them. But basically, I've got some Cast Kings, some Piscifuns, or however you say that, and some Sugalings, and they're all Chinese reels. Along with that, the Piscifun reel came with this rod. So this is all I'm bringing, because I'm going to keep all of the reels on the exact same setup. They're all spooled up with the exact same line. They all have 30-pound braid with 15-pound leaders. So that's kind of my go-to line setup. And we're just going to use the one rod, and we'll just switch the reels out as we go and see how they do. Anyways, stay tuned, guys. We'll catch you at the lake. So, like I said, I got the bump board with me today just because I need to verify my measurements. And the other tournament I'm in is just a species tournament, but if I get a trophy for the state, I get extra points for it. So, scales on today too. We're gonna, oh my goodness, I am an idiot. Black and blue Bandito bugs. I literally brought one. Well, that was stupid. Oh well, luckily I got some watermelon. I got some other colors. We'll make it work. I cannot believe I only brought one of these. I didn't realize it was that empty. I literally, I'm not even kidding when I say this, to enter this Googan tournament, I bought some of these on sale. I bought 22 bags of these, so I definitely have no shortage of Bandito bugs. I just am an idiot. Forgot to bring them. 22 bags of black and blue specifically, so you do that math. All right, let's get rigged up here. So this is the Houghton. All of these, well, I should say all, most of these you could actually choose the gear ratio too, which I was kind of impressed with. And this one is a 7.2 to 1, so which is right in the wheelhouse of what I normally like to use. This handle I actually recognize as a Gomexis, which is an aftermarket brand that's very cheap. Anyways, overall feel, it's bulky. The paint is trash. It's already fallen off just from being in a bag with other reels. And it's heavy. It really is. I think these are aluminum bodies, so that's okay. That means they'll hold up. Hopefully it's all aluminum gearing and all that stuff, but they're just heavy. So just keep that in mind, and they're bulky. But my first reels were like that too when I was learning, so cheap is key here. All right, let's get this thing rigged up. See, like I was saying, this is the only rod I've got here. It's a 6.6 medium heavy, it says, and it actually doesn't feel too noodly. And 5/0 EWG. Now it is supposed to be 80 degrees today, and it's been relatively warm overall lately, so I imagine the fishing here are definitely going to be up either shallow or on bed. So to start with, I've got these brakes pretty high right now. I'll kind of get a feel for, oh, that's not so bad. Get a feel for them. That's not so bad. Alright, there's a big rock right here. See, I imagine I'm probably going to lose quite a bit of equipment today. Hopefully not, but probably will, unfortunately. So right off the rip, this thing definitely has a bit of a grind to it. There's a fish. Oh, you sucker. It bit immediately. I cannot believe how quickly that fish bit. And part of the problem, this thing has no power. The rod's a little bit of a noodle, but it ain't that bad. Gosh dang it, I'm gonna lose this. Well, that's unfortunate. That was a quick start to that. Get re-rigged. Watermelon it is. You know, honestly it doesn't cast too bad. Not recommended you do that with reels and rods you care about. This really actually doesn't cast too bad considering it was $11. Pretty surprising, honestly. I think because it's so bulky, it becomes a little bit uncomfortable to hold while you're reeling back, but I mean, older reels were always about like this anyway, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, but it is pretty big. For 11 bucks, I don't know, pretty good deal, honestly, if you guys are just looking to get into it. What I always find is when you start to catch those 2 to 4 pound fish, that's when you start to see the problems arise. They'll start clicking, they'll start doing all their funky stuff. I think because of the environment that we're fishing in, I'm going to change up my tactics just a little bit. And rather than running like a full Texas rig, I'm just going to run like a weightless Texas rig with a nail weight in the bait. That way, it really shouldn't be as apt to stick into the rocks. It should come through a lot easier. This one's missing a freaking arm. I didn't even notice. Alright, so I'm going to stick this nail weight basically right in through the top here. Like so. So I get a little bit of nose weight to it, but not. We'll see how this even casts now. It might not be enough weight to toss around, but it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, that's not so bad. It is going to affect the sink rate of it, but at least it won't get hung up as it easily. Move down just a little bit. Okay. Spot number 2. Too bad, honestly. Oh no. First stoppage. So I think part of this is the rod, just because it's so wobbly that it's got a lot of spring back to it. So you got to be a little bit careful while you're casting. Horrible hook set. Oh, the drag on this is just atrocious. This isn't even a big fish at all. Oh, that rod has no power. Oh no, he swallowed it too. There we go. Oh no, he didn't. He just got it in the bottom of the mouth. Look at that. Right into the bottom. Not in the gills though, that's good. Let's see here if we can just pop him loose right quick. There we go. Oh, get my hands out of there. Alright, I'm gonna wash him off real quick. He is bleeding a little bit. I do need to get a picture of him. So we'll hurry with that. Okay. I'm gonna push him back really quick. Alrighty. The Houghton reel, the CP200. So, functionally, it's fine. It'll cast just fine. It's definitely needs a little work on the brakes. They're pretty awful. But otherwise, everything works fine. The line guides, all that stuff. The drag on this thing is atrocious. So I have it cranked almost all the way up, and that little fish was able to pull drag. And it makes a clicking noise, which is fine, but that's not how reels should work. So it's $11. But we got the fish in, that's what matters. All right, we're moving on to the next one, which I think is going to be, yep, that's going to be the next contender. All right, so we're moving on to this guy. This is a Sugaling or something like that. I was actually kind of excited to try this one because it looks and feels pretty quality. It's definitely aluminum, but it's a little more low profile than those other ones and a little bit lighter. So I'm kind of excited to try this one. Anyway, so Sugaling, and we'll get it tied on, rigged up, and we'll get going. Since I just did this a moment ago, a little tip for you guys: when you're unspooling your reels, if you take it all the way down to the braid, if you have a leader on, that's usually where those like overlays or backlashes will start to show themselves, is if you get down to that braid. So if you're worried about them having an overlayment, that's the easiest way to find them. This guy tied back up. I think we still got another fish or so in him. A little nail weight setup actually worked pretty well. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and move my setup down a little ways. Start a little further down. That fish came further over there, so I think we're gonna start getting into them. Alrighty. As with the other one, I have these brakes cranked up to, well, I have no way to tell, I guess. So I guess I'm just hoping they're up at 10. Oh, I see, there's narrow. Alright, well, we're mostly all the way up. Okay. Get that out. It's not so bad, little short cast there. I think we can actually take him down just a tiny bit. Smoothness on this one completely outshines the last one for sure. This actually feels a little bit more like a reel, and I'll throw the price up on the screen, or I'll just throw the whole product posting up on the screen so you guys can see what these are each worth. I think this one was only like 20 something dollars or $30, I can't remember exactly, but not horribly expensive. So far for the budget, if you guys are really looking for that low cheap end, so far this one feels a lot better quality, a lot smoother, lower profile. This is one that I actually wouldn't be too sad to fish with. Carp over there swimming. Hung up. Ow. Running completely weightless. What the heck? What the heck? Why am I hung so bad? There it goes. Hook didn't even come through. So far, no real issues with this thing. No backlashes, no, you know, even flipping it and stuff. Trying to kind of do all the things that people would do with them. The brakes on these definitely work more like what I would expect a standard, you know, good reel to work like. The magnetic brakes, I mean. Oh yeah, and this one is also a, to find out here, apparently it doesn't say. Heck, this thing casts pretty nice. This might become part of the repertoire. I'll have to wait and see how the gears hold up after a fish is caught on it or something. Oh yeah. Got him. Oh, you son of a gun. Oh, that hurts my feelings. Hook point never even came through. Now that's actually a rod problem. Stupid. Piscifun. Dadgummit. That hurts my feelings a lot. That'd be fun in here as an aqua view. Oh, you sucker. Shredded my bait. This freaking rod has no power. Gotta change baits. Dang it. Alright. Bandito bug, you've done well. New bait on. That might be a little shallow. Anyway, like I was saying, what would be fun in here is if you could run an aqua view around and just see like an underwater camera. It's weird, all these fish with this rod being kind of noodly, all of them feel pretty big. I think they're all just buck bass coming up, so the nail weight tactic has definitely helped with the snags. There we go. That is a better fish. Just length this rod. Oh gosh, dang it. There we go. Alright. Lots of energy left on him. There we go. 13.5. Another one. Alright. Rush and get him back. Oh, he's totally fine. He had a lot of energy left. Might be a little confused about where he is, but lots of energy. Heck yeah. Alrighty, so first of all, my Bandito bug got absolutely throttled. It is missing multiple appendages now. Second of all, the Sugaling reel, I'm giving pretty high marks. I think, and I don't remember exactly what my price was. I want to say it was like $30 or something around that point. Honestly, that thing's freaking smooth. It's a little heavy, but it's very low profile. I really actually like it quite a bit. So that's not a bad reel. A lot of bang for the buck on that one. I'm gonna come back to this one later probably. So anyway, fish number 2, technically multiple fish. I actually got that one to stick. This freaking rod is no power to it. So anyway, fish number 2 landed, second reel down. Next one up, we're gonna go to the probably to the Piscifun. and then we'll get into some of the Cast Kings. So stay tuned, guys. We're continuing on. All right, just go through the bag of reels here real quick. Cast King, I think it's this guy, Piscifun. This is the one. All right, so this is another one that was very cheap. So this is actually the combo for this rod. I think this rod reel combo total was like 38 bucks maybe. So again, and honestly, this similar shape to that like Hutton reel. It's definitely got more plastic components in it though. It's a little bit different, I suppose, but yeah, definitely lighter weight than the Hutton, but I don't know, similar shape, so we'll see. 7:1 gear ratio. It says 6 bearings, which I believe is the same number as the Hutton reel. Bandito bugs are just getting after it today. That one shredded the face on that Bandito, unfortunately. So I am now down to my very last one. Alright, got that guy tied. I'm gonna go ahead and put my Bandito bug on here, and then I'm gonna pack some of this, and then we'll go move down just a little bit. That one wasn't quite in front of those next set of bushes, so I think last watermelon, guys, I think we can still fish that whole stretch probably. I bet there's gonna be quite a few fish over there, so because there's a lot of structure points for them to hide in. There we go, all set up. So okay, so there's the combo. So like I said, this is actually the combo that it was supposed to be used with. So this is a Torrent reel, Piscifun, and then the Piscifun Torrent rod. So all right, we're gonna move down and we'll get back with you guys in a sec. Our next little spot, I need to real quick, I need to sharpen this hook up really fast. I noticed the tip was kind of dull. I don't know if it came like that or if that's from me jamming it into the rocks, but it definitely needs a little touch up. There we go. Mucho better. Okay, brakes just slightly loose. Should be good there. I've otherwise got them on pretty high, which now I can see definitely don't need to be that high. Still a little high. All right, already. So they must not be the exact same manufacturer that's making these as the Huttons, but this one's way smoother already and definitely lighter weight. So there's going to be some plastic or carbon fiber components in here that'll keep that cost down for them. But everything, the brakes are working better. Oh my gosh. What just happened? That was crazy. But yeah, the brakes are better. It's casting a lot smoother, so it's an uncomfortable shape. You know, it's still pretty high profile, but the weight's good, the function's good so far. I'm like a freaking walking Googan billboard today. Got the sun shirt on, the freaking Googan pants, using the baits. I'll be honest, I kind of thought they'd be pretty heavy into the spawn already, but seems like they're just now starting to move up. Yeah, we split off. Dang. Must have been a pretty sharp rock because I wasn't really pulling at all. Shoot. Well, that's my last watermelon Bandito bug too. So now we're gonna have to go to Bama Crawl, which really isn't that far off, honestly. No frays, just a clean cut right there. So let's see another pack. There we go. Bama Crawl. Now, even with that, there's only 3 of them in here. Definitely been a lot better though since I switched to the nail weight. It's supposed to be 80 degrees today. crazy warm. By the way, it is yesterday as you're watching this. I went on vacation, had some videos uploaded, they went live, and now I'm back to being right on top of my uploads. So this color I had no experience with previously to Googan baits. Oh my goodness. And I really fell in love with it because it works in dingy and clear water, I've noticed. It's just kind of the best of both worlds. Well, so far, I will say, with this reel, it's definitely not as safe from backlashes as like the Sugiling has been, the one I was just fishing with a second ago. But it's certainly a lot smoother than the Houghton. That was a very strange bite. This fish is doing circles, so you know that's good. What in the heck? Oh man, hopefully we didn't get this too far down. I see the Bandito. Let's see here. Okay, we got that. Okay. That wasn't good, but that was not the worst extraction ever. So, he may be okay. Like I said, he is biting my finger, so there's some promise there. Still biting my finger. Hey, look at that. There we go. I think he's gonna be okay. Another one just kind of in that bottom of the tongue there. That bite was so unaggressive that I didn't even know he was on. I thought I was pulling up above some rocks because it just felt like the bump, 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 like you're going over rocks. And then I stopped and realized that, oh wait, it's still doing that, but it was literally just like just tapping back and forth. So not an ideal situation at all. But I think we took care of that fish. I think he's gonna be just fine. So managed to get him turned back, and we're done with the Piscifun Torrent. Alrighty, so next on the list is gonna be the Cast King Brutus. Alright, I got this one and a Royal Legend too. So I have two Cast Kings in the mix. We're gonna start with the Brutus. This is the cheaper of the two. I actually have already used the Royal Legend. Not on purpose, it was just something I had with me and I needed a reel. So but we're gonna do it again for this whole sake of this thing. The Piscifun Torrent, if you're really needing a good cheap combo, and I wouldn't say good, but if you need a cheap combo, that's actually not a horrible thing. Not great, but not horrible. It worked just fine. The drag didn't slip like the Houghton did. So obviously these are different manufacturers. Everything in that one seemed to actually work. So we're gonna move on to the next one. All right, Cast King. Almost seems shameful to put the Cast King product on a Piscifun product, considering the two are like rivals. Let's get our hook tied back on. So we were able to get that thing out of there, by the way, even with the barb still intact. I could not get the hook point to expose, and thinking that it was probably touching a bone or something, so I really didn't want to mess with it too much. I just went ahead and cranked it around, and I just took it step by step until I could finally get it like here, and then I pulled it out and I could see the barb stuck, so I just very gently kind of wiggled it around, and it came loose pretty freely. So I think that fish is going to be just fine. The old Bandito bugs are doing work today. Alright. Give it a little toss. That's not so bad. That was pretty smooth. So, as with switching from the Houghton to the Sugaling, this is definitely a much lower profile, more standard style reel. I believe they use carbon fiber Cast King, so they're not plastic. I can't remember. Anyway, carbon fiber is kind of a cheap way to build a reel. It's cheap, but it's actually a pretty good way to build one too. So yeah, that Bandito bug is looking good. All right, for pitching it out, not too bad at all. Also, the gear ratio 7.2 to 1 on this one, so pretty quick. Like I say, I think all of them that I could select were all right in that range. Okay, giving it a good little toss there. Not bad at all. No backlash or anything, so my brakes kind of dialed, although they're very high still. You want to have a lot of room in your magnetic brake for different baits and wind presentations and different situations. So if you're really high up and it's casting well, it's actually not a great thing. Yep. Watch the line on that one. So far, reel feels good. Oh, come here. Oh, gosh. Wow. Definitely caught that one early enough. Look at where he's at. Right in the side of the mouth there. So that's good. That one, I bumped it over something, like a rock or something. And it as it was settling down, I saw the lines start to run out, so I just went ahead and set it. I decided run back here real quick and get them on a measuring board. Good healthy catch on that one, so I want to go quick. 12.5 and one for me. Okay. Whew. Trying to manage too many things at once. Let's get him released. Good, healthy goodbye. Oh yeah. Nice. Good clean release there. Okie doke. Alrighty, so that's going to get it for the Cast King Brutus. That'll be it. This reel was actually pretty smooth. I'm gonna give it some credit here. Not quite as smooth as the Sugaling, but once I got the brakes dialed in, it's casted smooth. This one's a fine reel, and I don't think this one was horribly expensive either. I will put a picture up right now so you guys can see. This would be a fantastic starter bait caster. Great little starter reel here. If you guys are looking for a good cheap starter reel or mid-level cheap, definitely this should be an option for you. So we're gonna move on to the very last one, which is gonna be the Cast King Royal Legend 2. I say last one, depending on the wind, there may be a bonus reel, but here it is right here, the Royal Legend 2. Like I said, I've already used this one for another application. I was running a jig on it, and I liked it so far, but we're gonna put it out here compared to the rest of these, especially with all these cookie cutter bass. We're getting pretty much, I mean, we're running the exact same setup, right? It's a nail weighted Texas rig with a Bandito bug, so I'm trying to keep it all even comparison, and we're catching the same size fish, so I guess that's kind of a positive for that style of comparison. So let's get this one loaded up and we'll get back with you guys on the water. All right, so the Cast King Royal Legend 2, I believe, is going to be an aluminum frame reel. I don't know that for sure, but it feels like an aluminum frame, slightly heavier than the Brutus that I was just using. So far from my experience, it's actually quite a smooth reel. And we're on our actual last Bandito bug completely. This is the only one I have left with me. I cannot believe I didn't reload Bandito bugs, considering, like I said, I literally have 22 packs of the black and blue Bandito bugs at home. What an idiot. I'm a little surprised that the color change doesn't seem to be an issue for them. They're biting every color, so that tells me the presentation is correct or the location is correct. So that's the other thing to think about here. We're either pushing into these buck basses' bed, or they're just hungry. They may just be up shallow feeding. I'm not sure. I'm really actually kind of having a hard time figuring them out. So, all right, we're gonna move down the line one last time, and then we will start working our way back. Whew. All right, last spot. Yeah, flip them on in there. All right, I meant to say too, I got to give this rod credit where credit is due. This is not at all what I would consider a high quality rod. It's certainly not one that I would actively shop for, but it's definitely pinned more than it's lost, and it's kept them pinned for the most part. So if you're on a budget, buy the rod or buy the combo. That combo was not expensive at all. As for the Royal Legend, I'll put the price up on the screen right now. I can't exactly remember how much I paid for it. This was definitely the most expensive of all the reels though. Our bonus reel has a caveat to it, so that's why I wasn't really sure if I should use it or not. So like that even was casting right into the wind, and it feels really good. So far, just in basic functionality, I would be between the Scaling and this Royal Legend 2 by KastKing if I had to pick one. That would be one. Digging. Oh, there we go. There we go. Open up, Sally. Let's go. Much lighter color on that one. Alright. Look at that. Nice little mama fish there. Maybe that's a buck bass, I'm not sure. Right size for one. Look at that. Fish number 5 on the day. Let him go. Oh yeah, get that air out of there. Angry. Okay. Alrighty, well that wraps up the main portion of this. The Royal Legend 2 did a pretty dang good job. Very smooth. So I think you'd be hard pressed to not feel like you got a good deal if you went ahead and bought this thing because you needed a reel. That, by the way, was my very last Bandito bug, and I shredded the nose on it. I think because I'm sticking that nail weight in the nose, to get you guys out of the sun here, I think because I'm sticking the nail weight in the nose, it's actually ripping them easier because there's not as much give there. So it is what it is, man. I'd rather go through the baits and catch the fish. With that being said, I do have one bonus reel, and we're gonna put it on and we're gonna fish our way back. In fact, we'll just go through it right now. You guys already know I'm a big fan of Abu reels. So I ended up with this Abu Garcia Max Z. All right, I got this at Walmart when I was buying my baits for the Googan challenge, or the Googan competition. This was on sale for $18. So, and they only had one left, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have bought the entire store out. But $18 for this. So I haven't used it yet. I don't know if it's any good or not, but we're gonna give it a shot. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. All right, let's get this thing rigged up. Uh-oh. That all I have is the juniors? That ain't good. Okay, so it looks like we're on to junior Krakens in Bama Bug. So this is going to be a little bit smaller presentation, which maybe that'll be a good thing, maybe not, I don't know. A little bit smaller. That's okay though. These juniors work really well. It just depends on what they're biting. If they want something bigger, I figured the Bandito bug was pretty chunky for them, so if they were aggressive, thought they'd be good with that, but who knows. This is actually very similar to what Miss FishNevada and I were using out at Eagle Valley and Echo Canyon stuff. Actually, it's exactly what we were using, the nail weights with a little junior Kraken, and that's actually why I have these. But let's go ahead and pack up here. Move down just a little bit. The other way this time. Should be fun. I'll be fishing into the wind now. So far, this is the smoothest feeling one. This thing really casts pretty nice, actually. Definitely, I don't know, I might throw a set of bearings in there. It's just too light of a bait to pitch close by. Yep. Oh gosh, he's in the land. Alright, there we go. There we go, little guy. Not gonna measure him, but I will take a picture with him. He got a little parasite on him. It's kind of gross. Alright, say goodbye, buddy. That was a little violent. Check this bad boy out. Somebody decided to treat me. We'll take that home and fix it up. Alright, look at this. Took both the claws off that thing. So, goodbye to that one. Didn't take long. That, I actually kind of felt him hit it first, so I'm wondering if he pulled those claws off and then came back for it, but surprised how small that fish was. Alright. Let's wrap him up. You done good, Junior. You done good. Go back and get our stuff. Start making our way back. I think, pretty happy with the way this all turned out. We caught one fish on every single reel. So, including the bonus, the old Abu Max Z. This thing seriously might get some bokas. I mean, why not? I'm all for it. So anyway, we'll catch you guys back at the truck. Alrighty guys, that is going to conclude this video. I am very warm today. It's 80 degrees. It is crazy hot, but only because it's been so cold lately. But that's going to conclude the video about the reels. Alright, I think if I had to pick my top one, boy, that's tough. There was two that I really liked, but if I had to pick the top one, I think I would go with the Cast King, the Royal Legend 2. This guy feels like a much more expensive reel than it is. In a very close second, though, is this Sugaling, or whatever you call it. This was actually a very big surprise to me. I've never used one of their reels before. I just bought it literally to test for this video. I just remember it was very, very cheap. So that was a huge surprise to me. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, if I had any money at all, I would definitely not buy this reel. All right. This was, like I said, this was on sale. I got it for like $11. Would not recommend this one at all. In every way, the drag slipped, the you know, it was pretty hard to get the brakes actually dialed in. It was hard to get it well, I don't like the handles, just everything that I didn't like about it. It's heavy, it's awkward, it's just not a good reel. Both of the Cast Kings were actually pretty surprisingly good, and then the Torrent, or the Piscifun, so this one I thought was the same as those Houghton reels. They look very similar, but I thought that was the same as those Houghton reels, and they look very similar, but it's definitely not the same reel. And actually it worked quite well. I was pretty surprised with that one. For a complete budget, if I needed to, you could get that combo, the Piscifun Torrent combo, and I don't think you'd be in such a bad way, honestly. That being said, the bonus fish, the bonus reel, the Abu Max Z, I've never used one of these before. Another one that I was very pleasantly surprised with. I think that one's going to get some bearings and become probably part of the normal arsenal. With all that being said, guys, I want to give you guys a chance to try these reels yourselves. And so, here's what I'm thinking. We're going to give every single one of these away. All 6 of them. Here's how this is going to work. We're coming up on 1,000 subscribers, right? We're at like 870 right now, or something like that. So 1,000 is a big milestone for me. That's a huge mark, and I couldn't get there without you guys. But here's my plan. I want to give all of these reels away to you guys, every single one of them. So my plan is this: talk to a buddy, somebody who doesn't subscribe to my channel already. If they're a fisherman, tell them about the channel. If they would like to subscribe, go ahead and have them subscribe. But even if they don't subscribe, just have them tag you in the comments. And if they tag your channel name in the comments, I'll pick a random drawing. I'll pick 6 of you guys, and we'll give all these reels away, okay? Get somebody to either subscribe, or even if they don't choose to subscribe, get them to leave a comment down below with your channel name in it, and you're entered in for the drawing, okay? All that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. If you're not already subscribed, heck, tag a friend in there, I don't care. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and we will keep pumping out the videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.